Right, hello. Alright, make sure everything's set up correctly. I am so nervous for this stream. How's everybody doing? Hello, Vessa. Hello, Murdoch. Hello, Haz. How's everyone doing? Why do I feel attacked by this thumbnail? Why do you feel attacked? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you feel attacked at all? I'm not gonna lie. I came very close to wanting to put you in place of Gordon Ramsay. Ay. Hello, Churros. How's everything going? Hello, Kenzie. How are you doing today? Hope everything is going well. I'm wearing my resting cranky face. I'm sorry. Murdoch, I hope your day gets better. I think you answered why I should feel attacked. But I didn't, right? I never did. So, you know. No harm, no foul. Ay. Alright. I think I figured out a way to get this working. I tried to pull up references where I could. This feels different than the 10-minute challenges because, like, 10-minute is just sort of randomly on the clock. And this is, like, trying to figure out how to make it work for a full stream. So this is very experimental. We'll see how it goes. If it goes well, we might end up doing more. You can use me in the thumbnails in the future, I don't mind. Good to know, good to know. I'm in class again, but hopefully we'll be able to watch a bit here and there. Have a wonderful stream. Thank you, Mirage. Stay in school, do well. Wishing you all the best today. But thank you for stopping by to say hi. I appreciate it. So, yeah, we're going with, like, hopefully what is somewhat more in my comfort zone, but I'm not sure. Legoshi definitely stretches it a bit, but we're going to be painting Legoshi today, and and Dust, which is from a indie game. I don't know if anyone's played it, but those are the two where I could sort of get some sort of idea in my head, and we will see how that goes. Does anyone have any questions or things to ask or say or anything beforehand? I just want to make sure. But then I think we will see how it goes. Oh, and before I forget, just because this is going to, you know, from one anthro to another, we might as well keep things fitting, right? Alright, hopefully this works out a bit more fitting for the occasion. Ay. Yeah, fox drawing a wolf. It felt more fitting. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm weirdly nervous today, I don't know why. But with any ado, let's go to our main scene. The beauty of the blank canvas, and you'll also know this, the horrifying stopwatch there. We will see how it goes. Alright, we're gonna try to do Legoshi first, make sure that I sort of have my head in the right place here. This is basically the same thing you've been doing, just a slightly different context. That's true, yeah. It's a different frame of mind. So we're going to do 2 paintings, each for 1 hour, and hopefully it'll go well. I shouldn't be nervous, I don't know why I am. I guess I'm still holding on to the fact that I want it to be a good result, even though the entire point of the stream is that it doesn't have to be a good result. I'm so weird with that, I guess. Alright, and 3, 2, 1. Let's see if it's working here. It's gonna move. Okay, there we go. So I have a kind of idea for the setup here, more or less. I'm going to try to go with something a little more pop art. I was looking a lot at Mika Picasso recently. She is a pop artist, and my style is very painterly, so it's not really going to look very pop art, but I kind of just wanted to play with the color scheme at the very least. And I want to try to see if I can first get our general pose that I have in my head. May or may not work. And he's got short sleeves, which actually makes my life easier because it's really hard to do a bended sleeve, that is for sure. I kind of want to do something where there's, you know, like for shortening. Might crop that, we'll see. Style of Beastars is interesting enough on its own. Legoshi is very different even within the rules of his own world. That's true, yeah, that's very true. Oh! Try to keep that where it needs to go. Let's see here. This is definitely a good exercise, though. I'm gonna just make it small enough where I can get the whole body in, and then I'll see if I want to crop it anymore. And try to get, he looks really tiny there. That doesn't really look like we're shortening yet, so let's see if I can do something that is a bit more effective. The whole thing is basically basing out your silhouette. Once the silhouette is based out, the rest is fairly easy to sort of figure out, but you have to have the base pose in there. And if that part's not strong, then the rest is just kind of gonna fall apart a bit. I am painting with opposite colors, and it is really strange. This pose may or may not work. I kind of want to hope it works, but if it doesn't, then that's understandable. And Legoshi's not digitigrade, right? No, he's not. He's actually plantigrade, so that means that he walks more like a human. I'm digitigrade. Legoshi is not, though. I don't want him to look like a kid. I want to make sure that I don't do that either. I might end up cropping this, or exaggerating it. I learned new like words today. There you go. Alright. See if I can actually do this in a more calculated way. If I do this box, I'm gonna teach this at some point on stream once I get it right, but this is something that I've learned, is that you can kind of place things with a box to make sure that your angles are decent. Make sure I get it right here. I'm not gonna explain this until I know it better myself, but it is a good way of sort of basing things out easier. This whole thing is very, very experimental, as I've explained. He's super tall. This really makes it tricky. Jeez, that's already 5 minutes? Ah. How is that already 5 minutes? How is that already 5 minutes? Really? Okay. Whew. Hello, Grendel. How's everything going? Is it Legoshi? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. I can... Okay, that actually helps a lot. This might end up being like a chibi Legoshi. I don't know why. Or I might just... How do I want to crop it? I want to crop it in a way that's Interesting. That could work. I might do something like this. And see if I can still keep the, see if I can still... Trying to make this clear for you guys. Keep the pose. Alright. I want to make sure I get the face in, the general color palette and everything. Alright. Wolf marking, different from fox marking. Very different from fox marking. We got the shirt in here. You guys can see that I'm working with very dull colors at the moment, and that's because I'm just sort of trying to figure out where everything belongs. So, like, this is a white t-shirt, and I'm still painting it, like a dark blue. Which doesn't help the fact that there's also a dark blue vest here. And if you see my head moving rapidly, it's because I'm trying to grab the reference. Yeah, this definitely isn't gonna be perfect with anatomy, but if I can just get a good general idea, then that'll be fine. And the vest is actually much darker, so I'll throw that in as well. I love the Gordon Ramsay thumbnail. I'm glad to hear that, Grendel. I'm glad to hear that. Let's try for something a bit more. Does this go down the neck? Yes, it does. Okay. I keep accidentally switching between a brush and an eraser. These are gonna need to be moved to make sense with the markings. A lot of this is like still in the process of just sort of trying to figure it out. So yeah, it's very, very experimental. How do his ears go? His ears are much smaller. Oh, okay. They're interesting looking. His body is not communicating the message that I want yet. So let me actually just try to make something lighter so I can get more of an idea of how this is going to go. Need to get collar in there. I'm trying to get all of the basic pieces in here, right? Have I read the manga? I have not, no. I should, though. I'd like to. Alright, this is not helpful at all. And I thought I got rid of this on the playlist. I have to refine a lot of this later. So rough. Why'd I go with an extremely complicated pose? I don't know. I had it in my head and I wanted to see it through in some form, I suppose, but now I'm paying the price. Come on. Just get a quick grip of the lighting there. I want to say something about him, but it's spoilers. Does it go beyond the anime? Because, yeah, no spoilers. Basically, and, like, no spoilers, but am I missing a majority of the story? It goes well past season 2? Alright, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out at some point for sure. I'm trying not to refine, I'm trying to still focus on my basic shapes, because we're still not there on the basic shape department. Nope, nope, don't start coloring with background. That's a no-go. That is a no-go. Alright, this isn't gonna work unless we have it, unless we can see the whole body, right? You know what? I think if I make his neck longer, it'll actually work, really well. Let me try that. I think that's the thing that's making him look too chibi, is that he doesn't have a neck. So once he has a neck, I think we might be in better shape, actually. That could definitely have been part of it. I mean, he needs a longer neck either way, but that could have definitely contributed to some of it. Really don't want to draw those pants. Yeah, he's really tall, which is why this is a tricky perspective. I'm gonna try to cheat it a bit. Let me see if I can just, hang on a sec. He is really tall, which is why this is a risky pose to do. That's probably not gonna work. Maybe I'll just crop it from there. I am running out of time, so. I'm just trying to see where I was at, and... Alright, I think this worked better, but he still needs the longer neck, and I'm gonna shift the angle so it's a bit more interesting. I want to make sure to elongate the neck more than we had it before. He'll actually look bigger if we crop a bit of his ear. I think that'll really help with the composition. And I think if we broaden his shoulders, that will also help a lot. So let's try broadening his shoulders. You can cheat and quick hack anything except the time. Fair enough, fair enough. Did I watch season 2? I did watch season 2, yeah. Yeah, no spoilers, but... yes. I never know what to do with hands at someone's sides. It's the most irritating thing in the world. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I hate drawing hands at characters' sides because they never have anywhere to go, and it's just awkward, and I don't like it. need to find some way to make that more engaging. I hate drawing characters' hands at their side. I like to fold them, but then people think I'm mad. I hate this cropping so much. Alright, Murdoch, don't get too close into spoiler territory here. I'm just trying to be mindful. I mean, I'm not saying just try to be mindful. I'm saying I'm just trying to be mindful. I'm sorry, I think the words got cut off a bit there. Hey, nothing. Alright. I've gotta figure out a better solution here. Something like that will probably work eventually. I don't know. I hate this crop so much. No, I don't think that this is going to make anyone want to watch it, but, you know, people should watch it. It's good. It's dark, but it's good. But no, this is definitely not the picture that's gonna want to make people watch it. How much detail does a school uniform have? Yikes, okay, that's terrible. Let's fix all of this. Flip your canvas more often, please. I intentionally started from nothing doing this, but that does make things about 20 times harder to start from the blank canvas. It makes it more interesting, for sure, but nothing I have is laid out, so I'm still trying to experiment with a lot of things. Alright, is this... I mean, in a very general sense, I would still warn people about it. I mean, yeah, I would... I would say that they have dark themes, absolutely. Are you I can't spoil anything, but if I could, then I would argue why I would say it's dark. I wouldn't, like, just show it to anybody, you know? It's like, yeah, I absolutely would say that it has dark moments and dark themes. I mean, jeez. Yeah, it's absolutely not for kids, exactly. It's like, it... Who has the best personality, Legoshi or Nick? I think Legoshi is a lot more real, but I think Nick is a lot... Jeez. I haven't seen Zootopia in so long, so that's actually a hard one for me to say right now. Nick Wilde, Zootopia. I wouldn't say it's dark, just because I read worse when I was 15. The animation is kind of gnarly at times. Am I paying attention to the clock at all? No, I'm not. Not at all. Not in the slightest. I'm not paying attention to my clock in the slightest. Dang it. How large are his ears? It's actually hard to tell. There's different references kind of exaggerated in different ways. I would say it's probably smaller because he is a wolf and not a fox, but... Don't pay attention to the clock, just let the buzzer stop you. I mean, I think in those cooking shows they are also very aware of the clock the whole time. You know, everyone screaming like, 20 more minutes, get going. I think it's good to be cognizant of the time. I have still not done anything I wanted style-wise to this. This is still very bland and basic. I need to hurry up with just getting the freaking details down. I mean, not even details. This isn't even detailed, but like... Nessa, you know the artist that you showed me earlier that has the rougher work? I'm learning that there is absolutely an art to where you choose how rough to make something, and that's actually where it's tricky. So, I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on that end, honestly. Because that's the part where it's probably the most deceiving, is where it looks really simple, but they picked really smart places where to focus the eye. I'm gonna have to refine those later, because they look not great. That's okay. Do the research and then you can teach me. Yeah, it's definitely a style that I really want to try to improve on as well, so. And for anyone who wants context, it's just people who can work really well with just basic brush strokes. And you have to be really good at lighting to do it, honestly. That's the main thing, is you have to just be really, really good at lighting, because the lighting is what sort of determines the overall feeling of something. I'm trying to make this part looser and less refined because it doesn't need that much attention anyway. Let's see if I can add, like, maybe throw in just some dark shadow here. I want the light coming from this side, so we'll see if I can get that done. This is probably less green than I have it, so. Try to do a thing a few nights ago to not go well. If you want, I can check it out at some point. I don't want this to look like a pattern. And I want this to be a bit darker still. I kind of want the hand to disappear a little bit into the background. That's not even anthro, that's just like a dog paw right there. I didn't even save it? Oh no! You should have at least saved it. That's my style. I can't get in the light as well. That's why I need to work on it as well. It's really, really tricky. I might start looking into, like, Nathan Fowkes. I've mentioned him on stream before, but he's, like, what I would consider a total master of lighting. He did a lot of the backgrounds for things like DreamWorks movies. He did a lot of... I'm not trying to meme here. He did a lot of backgrounds for Shrek and El Dorado and, Spirit. So he's definitely someone to look for to study color. But there's so much that you need to understand to make it work well. And this feels too fluffy for Legoshi's hand. It's much more... the fingers are longer, it's more human-like, and I tend to forget that. Spirit, yes. Oh my gosh. If you ever wanna... Next time you do one of these, I demand you to have a chef hat PNG. Oh. You idiot sandwich, how could you not look at the clock while cooking art? Yeah, if anyone ever wants to talk to me about, Spirit, I am all for that. I'm always really happy when people even know the movie exists. A half hour? Okay. This could have worked better if I hadn't been trying to figure out the pose. The pose really got me. I'm still trying to absorb the idea of it doesn't have to have a good result, but it's still really hard. I'm still trying to get into that frame of mind, but it's not easy. It's gonna take a lot to get to that point, I think. What other details am I missing? Does he have a button here? He has just one random button? That doesn't make sense. Does he? No. There's other buttons, I just can't see them. Alright, throw in some buttons here, make it a little lighter so we can actually see where they're supposed to be. If I could just get the face in, let me just at least try that so that we're not left with absolutely nothing. I have to hit the hay, it's almost 4 AM. I shall wait for the best boy. I will do my best, churros. I don't think we're gonna get that much nicer than this, but we will see. But thank you for the suggestion. It's been a fun challenge so far here. For anyone who's wondering, if you are if you're a Twitch subscriber, eventually I want to offer this to YouTube as well. But if you're a Twitch subscriber or a Ko-fi member, there's a special channel in the Discord where you can suggest future challenge type things when I ask for them. Because we might do this again. This has been very interesting so far, I would say. And if you're not part of the Discord, Murdoch, if you can link that real quick. Well, that was super necessary. Thank you, thank you. Bum. Can't even get the expression right here. Jeez. I'm just sort of trying to block it out in the darker color, and then... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna add the lighter color before I do that. Let me catch on chat here. No more negative talking on yourself? What do you mean? Don't say I can't even, say now I'm going to. Okay. That'll definitely make it sound more like a cooking show. That will definitely make it sound more like a cooking show then. Also, hello Matthew and hello John. And hello, Minokuro, how are you all doing today? As an exercise to help you get into that frame of mindset, much like the painting itself, it does not need to be perfect on the first try, the point is the process. It's just really hard to get into the mindset, even though I know that that is true. I know you're right, it's just, it's a hard mindset. This. Suppose something like that. I kind of want his... Yeah, I want this a little bit more stylized. Alright, don't shade eyes. They shouldn't be shaded at this point. Not sure if... Jeez. Yeah. Alright, eyes are tricky. There's a few different things in art where if you don't get them right, like really small things that if you don't get right, they just don't turn out well. This is ending up to be, like, weirdly stylized. This is strange. I'm not expecting this at all. I don't know where this style went. This gives me, like... I don't know what. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I'd say welcome to art, who I'll say that, yeah. Why are the overused hand poses always so good? They're just, you know, it's a trope, and sometimes tropes work. Need to start adding in better shading, I think, here. See, we're not even, like, doing anything different. I'm just adding a bunch of different highlights, and it's kind of helping hold the thing down. I think his neck got too long. It was too short before, now it's too long. I can't keep up. I think his head also needs to be a bit smaller. That's probably better. That's definitely better. See, if you have a good sense of lighting, you can get away with a lot. And rim lighting happens to be one of the easiest ways to do it. Is Beastars worth a watch? I definitely would say so, yeah. See? You can make it look so good with rim lighting. I'm totally cheating. I mean, it's not cheating. It's like a... I've seen plenty of galleries where the entire gallery is just rimlit pieces, and they all look really good. Just be careful looking up the fan art. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm used to that kind of thing. That's not super, new, unfortunately. I'm trying not to erase the ear by accident here. Alright, can I get myself to do any interesting things with this? Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to throw in weird color, but I kind of like it standard now. I don't know. This finger needs to be adjusted. See if we can get these moved down a little bit. See if I can refine the claws a little bit more. These need to be up a little higher for the angle that they're at. That's fine. Somehow I keep ending up, painting it out. Don't mean to do that. Or erasing it out, I mean. I don't mean to erase it out. What's it from? It's, a never before seen style. Duckstocks works. Hello there. How's everything going? Hopefully everything is going well. What am I at? Okay, 20 minutes. That's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to not get too tied in with one area, but I do want to just add a little bit more of the knuckles to the hand. Alright. Where do I need to focus now? Probably just in the refinement of the shadow, would be my guess. I really wish I knew how to make the colors crazier, but that's above my understanding since I haven't done that yet. Need to make sure the lighting is still consistent everywhere. And then having like a nice rim light here might work. Or not, this isn't really a rim light, but just sort of a bit extra lighting on the side to sort of add some dimension and shape to the face. Hey Jacob, this is a primarily art-related stream. If you have any art-related questions, I'd be happy to answer them. After each piece, you have to take 5 minutes to reflect on it? Ugh! You really are making this like a cooking show, aren't you? What can I do? What can I do? What am I forgetting is the real question. Like, I'm gonna be forgetting some detail that I'm just not aware of, but I can't think of it at the moment. Do I want to do... No. I don't want to do a side light, I don't think. Might do a tiny, thin one here, but... Alright. A little bit more going across the head. Just to sort of tie that, I think is good. What else am I forgetting? Developing exercises to help you. There you go. You like Beastars and Legoshi? I'm glad. I'm glad that we picked a decent favorite. I have to thank Churros for that. Alright, what am I forgetting here? Make sure there's fairly refined here. I'm trying to think of what I would do if I had more time, and I can't really do it. I'm just sort of in the stage where it's all refinement, I think. But I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I don't know what. I'm picking up some highlights that I keep neglecting. I should probably work a tiny bit more on this hand, if I can. There's this one artist that I want to take a course from at some point, and what's their name? It starts with an M. So many artist names start with an M, I don't know why. It's not Momoko, it's... Shoot, it's escaping me right now. But essentially they did something called a 100-day challenge, and they were able to do a big paint. Their work was a lot more polished, but they were able to do a... That looks terrible, now that I ever find it. They were able to do a big painting every day, and I want to sort of figure out how they were able to do that. They did it for 100 days. 100 days of painting. I really hate arms at characters' sides. I really do. See if I can get some more detail in the sleeve here. A big painting over the course of 100 days, or a big painting every day for 100 days? Every day for 100 days. I really wish I could remember what their name is. But yeah, every single day, a big painting. It's not Momoko, it's not Minokuro. It's, Mogun! Mogun! I want to say their name is Mogun. And they did, like, you know, very, very nice, detailed work every day. And they turned it into a, book. They turned it into, like, a 100-day book. Is the background gonna stay red? Yeah, I think it adds a nice effect. I think it adds like a nice pop, so to speak. Alright, that's refined on the sleeve. This needs to be refined so that the light makes sense because of where the character's chest is. Should probably add some quick folds here for the... This doesn't really have as many folds. There's gonna be a little bit. Sort of refine the edges, make sure that this is all clean as I can get it. Yoshi's face still looks kind of strange, but see what I can fix up since that's probably the most important part. I kind of want to blend the fur a little bit here, just so it's not, just so it doesn't look like a tube, just so it actually looks like fur. Even if it's in a very rough sense. What are we at? Okay. I think I'm at the point where I've got the general concept down, and then this would just finish off with refinement and detail. So I think what happens when I do some streams is that I start getting into detail too quickly. I don't move around the canvas enough. And I probably get stuck in one area before moving on, and that's probably what's making me run out of time. So if you've noticed here, what I can tell that I'm doing right now that I wouldn't have expected, I suppose, is that I'm kind of moving all around, and I keep just checking various areas to see what needs work, what still needs to be refined, what's already finished, and just kind of moving around to make sure that I hit all of my bases. That is something I am actually learning right now that I wasn't aware of. So this project is already sort of teaching me something about the various styles that I take on when, depending on how much time I think I have, which has been interesting. Excited to see the short of this piece. Thank goodness I actually remembered to record this time. Because I realized I forgot to record the first half of the Okami Mio piece. So, thank goodness I actually got a recording down. Oh. Duh. These should have highlights on them as well, because they're also hitting the light just as intensely. That shouldn't be any different. I'm actually just gonna lock it just so I don't forget to do that. And I want to intensify the light just a bit more. Alright. Let's see if we can push this ever so slightly. And I want to be careful because I don't want to have something that I need to change but is stuck. I don't want to have the timer go off right before I've finished the, while I'm sort of in the middle of something, because this will look really bad if I just leave it like that, you know? I'm just sort of trying to intensify the light and shadow. And I'm not going to leave it in this really deep green, so I just want to make sure I don't get stuck leaving it there. But I'm just trying to intensify it a bit more. I kind of want to make sure that the top of the head is still soft for the most part. Try desaturating that whole thing. And I don't want it to, I want to really push my values. You see that? Really push the values, add a little bit more intensity to things. Okay. See if I can do it here one more time. I'm just sort of getting the rough in, and then if I had more time, what I'd probably do is just refine these. I need to figure out, okay, I need to make sure that I don't neglect the bow tie, because I didn't do anything to that. And then this is gonna be just a bit darker. I should probably do the whole thing with the, come on. Alright. It's definitely adding more. How does the bow tie look? It's not a bow tie, it's a regular tie, necktie. Necktie, but I don't want to forget it. Thank goodness that this character has fairly simple clothes. How does that tie? What? That's not how normal... I can't tell how that's tying. It doesn't look normal. I can't tell how this is tied. It's not a type of tie I think I've seen before. You're freaking out after 4.5 minutes and now look out. Yeah, I wasn't sure where it was going for most of the time, so that's the problem, right? Is it's hard to trust the process, and it wasn't looking great for most of the time. Alright, this needs to actually fold correctly. I'm spending time in this area because I want to make sure that it looks like it makes sense. And I can't quite really tell where we are at there, but... try something like this. I should combine these because now I'm getting confused on what layer's on which. Okay, alright. Okay. And I want to add, I want to add the darker color to him as well, especially on the neck. I need to fix the color there. In other words, you stress yourself out when you shouldn't have? No, there was definitely a reason for stress. It was not looking great. It was very genuinely not working. Yeah. I love how you say plural. If there's anyone doing this along with me, I will laugh. Where's the rest of that color? There we go. This needs more silhouette. There we go. It doesn't, still not really there with it, but I don't know why. I don't know where to change things. That's the problem now, is like, I don't know what would make it work better. This is smaller. This is way smaller, actually. I lost the marking with the lighting. I don't want to lose the marking. Yeah, I don't even know where else to take this right now, but... Alright. That helps with the markings. And... Can I do anything fast with the time I have? Probably not, but I'm gonna try, because I'm... stupid. I just kind of want to see if I can do something that kind of makes it a little more interesting. Even if it's entirely abstract, just something there helps kind of make the piece feel more complete. Even if it doesn't really make any sense, it just sort of gives the illusion of something there. It's adding texture to the piece, you know? That's basically what the purpose is just kind of making things... It doesn't always work. I mean, this might not actually work. I might actually want to leave this just a pure red. Actually, you know what? I might do that. Maybe the pure red actually works better. I can't quite tell. Yeah, that distracts from it. I'm just gonna leave it and instead opt for this. Now it at least makes sense how it's working. Overlay that. Sure, that works. Yeah. Oy. Oh yeah, okay, alright, I heard it. Ah. Oof. Okay. Yikes. Oh, Alright. I love how you guys are both, like, ready with that, I could tell. Jeez. Ay. Hello twice? Did I miss you earlier, Thorn? Hello. How's everything going? Oh, yeah. Oof, I wish I had done something else, but I don't know what. It doesn't feel like Legoshi as much as I would want it to. I think I also would probably make it a little bit more vibrant. I think that for my style, this is still in a very dark gray area, but maybe that would have messed with the background, so I'm not really sure. Let me make sure I didn't miss any chat, though. I don't think I did. Ay. Basically make it pop. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure if that worked or not, or if that kind of just made the whole thing... Actually, what I'm thinking is that lightening the background like that made Legoshi feel more desaturated. So I feel like... Yeah, I'm not sure if that was actually a good move. I actually might have killed the overlay and then filtered it to be more vibrant and more saturated. Say 3 nice things about your painting that you like. Gosh darn you, Vessa. What was I saying earlier? I think I was saying something that, I was saying something I learned, and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, I was saying that I was able to move around the piece more. I think that when we do the TCG work, I think that, why am I saying TCG? The Hololive work. I think I get focused too much on the details in one particular area, and I don't move around the piece, so I think I did a better job moving around the piece. I'm happy that I pushed the, saturation, not the saturation, the value intensity right before, that ended. I'm glad I sort of took an extra step to do that. Yeah, it's weirdly stylized. I don't know how I feel about it. It's so strange. I still don't like drawing hands at characters' sides. To make it look more like that character should be hunched over with the aura of I'm afraid to hurt anyone. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what I was trying to go for with it. But I went with something. Though she's basically grayscale, you can't really make him more saturated unless you make his soft fuzz more cream colored. No, I mean, like, I would have pushed the style. I would have pushed the, saturation beyond what is on his character, because I was trying to be more inspired by Mika Picasso, but I couldn't think in this time frame, I couldn't think of where to add all the super crazy colors to make it more vibrant and energetic, so as I got further into it, I just decided to not use those colors. It feels like it's both painted and penned at the same time. Really? Well, part of it feels penned. I'm not sure where you see that. I feel like it's extremely painterly. If it does feel penned, that's interesting. I'd kind of like to... I'm curious where that went. I would eventually love to get to the point where I could do, like, stream commissions that were 1 hour, like, start to finish, and the commission is just something that happens, like, right then and there live, Skeb style. I was debating if I wanted to do that with, like, a entire stream full But then I think I run into the problem with the Hololive characters where I start getting a little too muddy. But the 1 hour is sort of a good forced stop. Sounds more like Bakadoodle Turf. It does, honestly. Some of the Bakadoodles do take me over an hour just because layout and expression and everything. The actual dark lining makes it feel like a touch penned. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. I don't know, I like doing that style where there's like painted line art a little bit. We could pay you to draw yourself since you won't do it otherwise. Oh. I will draw myself at some point. Where I see said Bakadoodles, I have to compile them all, honestly. They're kind of everywhere. Commission myself costs double. I've actually done, situations where I didn't, like, someone wanted me in a piece, and I didn't feel comfortable making them pay to add me in it. I need to figure out a lot of this stuff still. I need, like, my main thing with the Bakadoodles and the speed paints and everything is I just sort of need to figure out how it all fits in with the other stuff I'm doing. Like, the big mansion piece is very, very different than the Bakadoodles. So I'm just sort of trying to figure out how they're going to work well together in the sense of, like, you know, in fashion you have, like, your couture and then your ready-to-wear line. Or if you think of a restaurant, you know, you've got the made right there stuff, and then sometimes they have takeout. So I just sort of need to figure out where that is. Spend half an hour on a Bakadoodle and chart a particular rate worth the time, and we'll just throw money at you. Yeah, the rate part is the part that I need to figure out. Grendel, at some point I'm going to compile them all in an easier to see way. I think that my plan at the moment is finish what my plan for the winter assets, because I want to do a large thing where that's going to be able to be, like, good content for the month of December. And I'm hoping to finish that end of November, and then, or actually earlier would be preferable. And then, thing of emote work off stream. I might do a chibi work on stream depending. And then after that, I can try to figure out where I want to arrange everything so that I can open for that, because I do want to open for that. It's crazy how many ideas you guys have for crazy, wild, chaotic scenarios, and how many I've already written down that I would love to do at some point. It's just an organization thing, and I will get to it at some point. And I really want to get to it sooner than later. For sure, for sure. Your commission work for me isn't a secret. You can say my name if you want. How would I know? I wouldn't have known otherwise. Yeah, I'm doing an emote set for Thorn, and I'm excited about that. I'm actually really excited about playing with a lot of fun expressions. I'm really curious which ideas you have written down for your own Bakadoodles. Do I have any, like, rough ideas? They look really dumb in a rough scenario, but let me see if I have any stupid comic ideas I've sketched out. I don't think I have any that I'm just seeing here. What's that one? Oh. Alright, there we go. I don't, it's probably not legible, but sometimes when I just get an idea, I want to quickly sketch it out really fast. Wait, is this Is this with anyone? I don't know. Can't wait to see the labor of love from a few months ago. Is that the, Are we thinking about the... Sailor Moon-esque thing? Because I want to do that, but I'm still nervous about it. I know you didn't know beforehand, that's why I'm telling you. The rough sketches are hilarious, like Thorn pulling me back from Kura. The rough version looks super angry. Can't go back to prison, it's not worth it. Yeah, okay. I'm still debating about that one. I don't know. I sketched this one out that I eventually wanted to. Is this gonna work? Yeah. I just have stupid comic ideas at some point. And like, I want to clean them up a little bit, but I just don't want to forget the ideas. But yeah, I know my handwriting is not legible until I, clean it up. But that's sort of like where a lot of it starts, and then the Bakadoodles are more refined than that, because I try to actually make it look like something. Sailor Thor. Run with it and don't look back. Oh my gosh. Also, hello, Dolphin. How are you doing? Hope everything's going well. I see Rashid on the list. Yeah. I should make an IG comic? Do you mean like the kind that you just swipe through? I'm debating. Like, different scenarios have different layouts. But yeah, that's I don't know if you can read it, but that's like how these stupid ideas start, and then eventually wanting to go back and actually clean that up and do something that fits, like, for Instagram and such. So there's writing the idea, roughing out the idea, and then actually cleaning it up. I just had lunch with my family at Zoop. Zoop? What do you mean? I'm sorry, I got the soup store meme stuck in my head for a second. Have I considered drawing VTubers as Sailor Scouts? Potentially. I have potentially thought those things at one point. Alright. Enough chit-chat, we've got one more today. So let's throw this all into a big folder. Call the folder Legoshi. And actually, I don't want to do that because I'm going to mess up the recordings portion. How did I do this before? Grab the template. Don't need this one. That was for an old piece. Create selection. Crop this. Save that as dust. I don't know why, I decided that this was like my favorite size format. I'm not really sure how that happened. Handicap time, half-hour timer, and go turbo? What? Sailor Thorn would be a winner. Thorn, message me later. 11 by 8. It has no actual size, in particular. It's just the one that, like, worked best for a trading card size. It's not an actual, it's not an actual, paper. It's trading card ratio. Alright. This one I had more in my head, so hopefully I can make this one look more interesting. We'll try it. Dust is the name of an indie game. Yeah, believe it or not, I do play games, guys. Alright. Okay. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1. I'm not gonna do a half hour because I see this one being a little bit more intense, and it is already gonna take me some time to figure out the layout and everything. I know the background looks the same. It won't be. Yeah, I'll use the dark color to get this right. I'm trying to think of how the pose works in my head. Alright. I'm just trying to get something very rough at the moment here. It's weird that these do not look like anything until it actually gets figured out here. And I'm using the eraser as the pen again. Okay, why do I keep doing that? I need to figure out how the pose is gonna go. The head. Hang on. Actually, that might work better. No. Sure, we'll go with something like that, I suppose. That should work, hopefully. I want to get the hand a little bit more interesting. Does he have 4 fingers? He does have 4 fingers, okay. I'm gonna try to add a little bit more for shortening this time. Something like that could work. Stop getting your own way in prejudice. Gordon Ramsay, Vtuber, and Illustrator? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, we've got, like, an interesting cape here. I don't know what to do about the feet! Gotta go. Good luck with the race against the clock. I will slightly reduce the length of each second to help you out most evilly. Gosh, thank you, Grendel. Really appreciate that. In all seriousness, I hope you, have a great rest of your day. You little shadow gremlin. Yeah, I'm not really bothering to save Dolphin. I swear, it's the feet that are tripping me up. It's just, Actually, that might work. That might be fine. Yep, actually, that may actually work. You know, happy accidents. There we go. We'll throw in a little bit of Bob Ross in here. Happy accidents. I'll use the CAA tech to speed up the seconds to counteract his cheating. Now we're back to normal time. Wait. To speed up the seconds to reduce the oh, okay. Throw me off. Total confusion. Okay. This should actually make sense. Did I bother to get a good reference of the sword? I hopefully did. If this does turn out okay, I may make that into a finished piece at some point, because there is not enough fan art for this game. I was actually a little disappointed. Considering how many people like it, I was sort of surprised. Or at least there's not a lot of, like, dynamic fan art in this game, I guess is the better way to say it. Okay, so I've spent 5 minutes just trying to figure out the general idea of the silhouette. But, you know, I think that even though that's scary, because it seems like you're not getting enough done at that point, it's like trying to make the batter, right? It's like trying to get to the point where you can start putting things in the oven, which is always a little terrifying. I don't know, we never actually see cooking shows in real time, so it's kind of hard to tell? Alright. And then I like the, if I can get this in here, if I can get this, character in, that would be good. This character has like a little, Navi type equivalent. Like a hey listen type of fairy. But if I can get her general idea in there, then that would be good. And does she have a tail? She does. She has like a little kangaroo tail, which is interesting. Not sure how I'm liking the composition yet. See if I can have something that crops off a little bit, so that this is a little too even composition-wise. So I'm just... oh, shoot. So I'm just adding a little bit of difference here where I can sort of move it to the side and have smaller areas and larger areas. Yes, I'm going to try to explain my process while I'm working. If I can be educational while suffering, then all the better. I'm just gonna grab this and slightly move it over, just so I can get a little bit more of the sword in. Actually, I do not want to change how that affects the, cropping. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. The fairy already looks like Grendel. I have Dust on Steam, but never played it. You have it, but you've... If you get a chance, I think it's well done. It's a little bit... I guess some people would consider it cheesy. It definitely feels like it has a time period, but I think it's still good. But hey, at least now you know the context of what the heck I'm doing. Alright, that's probably good for the, silhouette. Yeah, I might end up refining this afterwards, if it turns out okay. And now I should actually probably, you know, it's been 10 minutes, how about we actually get some color in? For, you know, the rest of everything else. I have like 700 games on Steam. There's many I haven't played. Alright. Wish I could stay for the picture. We gotta go. Alright, no worries, nothing. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. If anyone hasn't yet, consider subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitch. I would very much appreciate it. But either way, hope you have a great rest of your day. Oh, what is this outfit? I should have studied this outfit more. That would have been smarter. What is this color? It's like a muted pink. Gotta run, I'll be mostly lurking? Okay. I gotta go grab time crystals to keep in the back of the den. Yeah, I would appreciate that, yeah. Please, thank you. I feel like I'm trying to, like, get at the point where I am speed painting like a sped up video. It probably doesn't look like that to you guys, but that's how it feels. I have to figure out how that's gonna work later. And the tail? What color is the tail? It's sort of same color as his face. This actually should be a bit darker, and this should actually be the face color. Something like this. You have to refine that a little bit more so it actually makes sense. My favorite thing about YouTube's new layout is active live streams don't appear in the live stream section, because that would make sense. Have to go. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, Kenzie. I really appreciate it. How does this work? How does this hat work? I may have made it a little too tall. There we go. That's better. Okay. We need the... That works. That works, that works. I need to figure out where his face is gonna go. His eyes don't really show. They're kind of masked by the hat, but... I need to have some sort of expression here. Trying to figure out which way it needs to be facing, too. I want to look like it's facing the opposite direction, but I can't draw it in the opposite. There we go. Okay, okay, oof. Still, I've got time, but I need to still be cognizant of it. Ah, I don't know what this is turning into, but it's not turning into anything that makes sense. What did I have before? It was better before. What did I have before? Oh, yeah. It does appear for your channel, but not for other people's? Wait, what? Wait, the live thing? I'm confused. Alright, have a great rest of your day, John. I appreciate it. Needs to have some sort of grip on the sword here. If that makes sense. Right, I totally know how to draw people holding swords. Thumbs help. There we go. Okay, that makes more sense. This is not working because I keep forgetting necks. I don't know why. That just happens where I just sort of forget a character's neck. I don't know why. It doesn't work. They need to have a neck. There we go. I did the same thing on Legoshi as well. Characters need necks. It's usually helpful. He also feels like he's leaning to one side, and I don't like that either. Alright, hang on. This one is definitely going to be a little trickier, which is why I did not opt for Murdoch's idea of making this a half-hour piece. I'm looking at everyone I follow's live streams on YouTube right now. You're the only one who has the actual stream appearing in the live section. No one else does. For anyone else, it's only showing their homepage. Showing their homepage. Wait. Do you mean like the little red outline thing, or? Actual stream appearing in the live section. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why. Oh, this is a belt. Okay, this is a belt. That makes a lot more sense. It's hard to actually see the character design at some point. Ah! Ah! What? Ah! Jeez. Ay, ay, ay. Neck cramp, everything cramp, honestly. I'm scared to look at my references now. Can you imagine a dragon without a neck? We just look like winged lizards? Gosh. That would be strange to look like a winged lizard. I know what you mean. The way you said that was funny, though. This has so many more holes in it. Like, actual literal holes. You know what my thing is with these types of poses is that they need way more, experimentation to actually look decent. And the experimentation is what takes the longest, and that's the part that I can't be doing in a rushed event, unfortunately. I think that I think the foreshortening could also be a bit better. I would have, if I wasn't rushing this, I would basically just have a much more longer time researching the anatomy portion of it, basically. Because that's what takes the longest to get right, is making sure the anatomy is correct. Which is what gets me nervous when I do work for other people, I think. Just the structure, mainly. Because I think the rendering is, you know, you saw with the Legoshi piece, that once I've got the structure done, the rendering just kind of goes where it needs to, but the structure is the part that I want to keep improving in. And I think it's like, I think the structure is where most of the work lies. Like, you don't have to be a decent draftsman. You don't have to be able to be phenomenal with the actual drawing portion, but you do have to have a good structure to things. You see what the difference is, right? Like, one is the precision of the drawing itself, and the other is making sure that you've got the legibility, the readability, and the anatomy. Alright, I don't want to focus on one area too much here. I'm gonna keep doing that if I'm not careful. Hello, Roan. How are you? Hope everything is going well. I'm slowly dying. Alright, I need to lock that and make sure I don't mess that up. Grabbing a bit of a lighter color here so that I can establish the edge. I hope there might be like a tiny portion that's helping teach others at the same time. Like, that would be nice if there's any part that's sort of like giving good, hopefully decent examples on how to sort of get general concepts in. He doesn't have claws, which actually kind of makes this look more awkward. I'm trying to not make it look awkward, but are we on time? Oh my goodness. We're not doing well at all. Okay. Legoshi was somehow coming together much better, and I don't know what happened this time. I don't know. We were doing okay with Legoshi, and then now I'm not sure. I don't know what happened. We were doing okay, and I'm not sure where we are at now. Whoa. Alright, I want to get Fidget in there, and I want to get the sword in there somehow. I don't even know what the bottom of that is supposed to look like, but I'm not really too worried about it. This is the weirdest sword design ever, I swear. Because it has like these cuts in it that I'm sure would, you know, if Grendel was here, I'm sure that they would freak out as to how impractical it probably is. Alright. More or less. Something like that. Just, and then there's kind of like a brown handle here or something. And then it crosses over. Okay. Something like that, more or less. So what if since you have so much extra time you did this as a palette swap? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by a palette swap? And what do you mean by extra time? Something like that. Okay. Fidget. Where's Fidget? That's not at all Fidget's colors. That's slightly more accurate. Not much. Alright, good enough. Okay, ready for work? Have a good day, Fox in the Forest, friends. Alright, Vessa, have a great day, great rest of your day. Thank you for stopping in. Something like this. Okay, that works. Have a great rest of your day, Vessa. Thank you for saying hello. I appreciate it. Also, we would not be doing this challenge if Vessa hadn't given us the idea, so... You got plenty of time to get experimental. Murdoch said you only needed 30 minutes. I said in the beginning that I was not gonna take up Murdoch's challenge. I don't even have the second little character in here yet. Like, yeah, we were doing better with Legoshi, but with this one, I'm definitely not nearly as confident in at this point. Little heckin' kangaroo tail here. I can't tell if you meant like a palette swap, like just try and automatically be able to know what the opposite would be, or what? What are these colors supposed to be? Alright, they're a little bit like flesh toned. More on the pink side. Less on the pink side. There we go. Oi. If anything is gonna stop me, it's that my arm is getting tired. Trying to figure out where the tiny nose is gonna go here. There we go. She's got like eye markings? Is that what this is? I can't even tell. It's so tiny. Notice I'm not like zooming in at all because that's just gonna get me too thrown off with the detail otherwise. So I'm intentionally not zooming in at all. Trying to get the face in real quick. There's actually a face as opposed to the main character. Rest your arm for 15 minutes and just finish this in the last 13. The fact you said last 13 actually scares me. Oh, Oh, this isn't nearly going to work as nicely as the Legoshi one, unfortunately. I really want to know, like, what makes each piece different in my mind, where sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think that's probably still something I need to figure out. drew the Naughty Nights asset in 5 seconds, went from planning to drew. Why does this take an hour? I don't know. There's just some things that take longer and others that don't, and I can't figure out what the difference is. We redeem a 5-minute sketch while you keep the timer going. Oh, jeez. I don't think I can add time to this. I don't know. It's not set up like a subathon type thing. I don't think there's a way to add time, unfortunately. That would be interesting, though. Thorn, that's actually a weird idea, but I could... That would be funny if I did like an art piece that ran like a subathon. That's a weird idea, but I could see it working in like some sort of capacity. I just wouldn't know what right now. But that is interesting food for thought. I'm gonna have to keep that one on the back burner, I think. Alright, this doesn't look right because they're in the wrong direction. That would make sense. There, that helps a little bit. Alright, I'm going to start cheating because I don't have the time otherwise. I'm going to start cheating. I say cheating as a joke. None of it's really cheating. It's just playing around with different ways of lighting things. And I happen to think that this works more efficiently than others. So this is gonna go the same way as the Beastars one, and we'll see if we can save it this way. I feel like I should stop saying cheating on stream because, like, some newer artist is gonna think that they're not allowed to do this, and I don't want that to happen. Because I think this is a perfectly valid way of establishing your light. So I should actually probably be careful about that. Yeah, I just say it because it's faster and it, like, starts making everything make sense in a speedy way that, in comparison to how long everything else takes, almost feels like it's in that sort of almost too good to be true type realm, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. You just lose your points. I will not have my cooking show be interrupted. Do I even know what these boots look like? Oh, they're just basic. Okay. Subathon art piece, but they're redeems for adding and removing time. Oh my god. That's terrible, but that sounds hilarious. Oh, people have a war for when it gets finished. Okay, at some point, when I get more confident as to how this works, that might actually really be fun. That might actually be a really fun challenge. I'm trying to watch the clock ever so carefully, knowing that it's not gonna be... You know, if I can just get enough that it feels a little bit detailed, then that's okay. That works for this piece. You said Speedy? That'll be more relevant when you check your DMs after the stream. What did you send me? Like, Speedy Gonzalez? Where else does this need to go? Are these the same color? The cape is the same color as the pants. Why? Why is the cape the same color as the pants? That's a confusing design decision. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to push the contrast on my own as much as I'd like to, I don't think, so... I find it hilarious that today my playlist has been playing, songs that are faster just by chance. I mean, it's been playing chill ones as well, but it's been playing a lot of fast ones. This needs to go. Actually, I kind of like that. I wish I had more brush strokes in the work. I wish I was able to use more brushes, get more brush strokes in. Oof. I would definitely like to offer genuine speed paints on commission like this someday, some point. I know, I have too many ideas. I'm sure you guys are gonna already flag me for that one, but I can't help it. I like having these ideas. Fidget. Fidget needs more lighting. Fidget's the name of the little bat character here. So yes, Roan, if you're still here, there is a little fun bat character as a part of this. Okay. The sword. Sword. Nope, this also needs a little bit of cleanup there. The sword, what color is the sword? It's like a very purple blue. Okay. It's not that purple. And there's a darker color for the handle. Why does this have to have runes? Alright. Okay. Why does this have runes? Seriously. This is so unnecessary. Yeah, come on. Alright. And this needs to be a darker color. Okay. I'd call this experiment a success. You made some nice paintings in 1 hour. I'm glad you think so. I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna have to evaluate at some point later. What is this marking? I am going to... I'm gonna just make this one up because I can't even see this, and a lot of the fan art doesn't even bother trying to get it right, so that's fine. Can't wait for season 2. I don't know, this is definitely... It's definitely been an interesting experiment, for sure. I don't know how I want to frame that, but yeah, there we go. That works. And then, how much time do I have left? Okay, awesome. I painted over the wing. I want to get a little bit more light just on the nose. Just to establish a little bit of light here. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you guys figure out how lighting works, that is going to be the majority of what you need to worry about. I think this is all one color. I don't think this is a tipped tail. Alright. Let's go back to this so that it's not the same as Legoshi. At least I kind of know what this background is supposed to look like. Kind of. How much more time do I have? Okay. I can work with that, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. This is total spoilers for the game, but I don't care. I think I might just leave this piece as it is, but at some point I actually want to do like a remake of this and see if I can push it further. This I am just going to... Oop. That doesn't work. Alright, I'm just gonna combine those so I can move this faster. There we go. That makes it feel bigger. It was looking a little too dinky before. A little too tiny. A little too pathetic. This is supposed to be some big sword of justice, and I don't need something to look tiny and pathetic. I just noticed she's a fox? Gosh, what did you think? Yes, yes, hello. Hello in the anthro form today. Alright. I love using this trick for backgrounds where you can just kind of get like the idea of what you want, and then as long as you blur it, it'll look fine. I'm basically just teaching you guys all kinds of like tips and tricks on how to visually cheat the system a bit here. What are we at now? Okay. No calling. Yeah, I've said it for so long, now that's gonna take a while to not say. There are some people who do consider it in some form to be cheating, to just be able to, like, use art tools, digital. I don't know. I need to take more of, like, the Ross Draws approach, where it's just, like, you know, color dodge time. Okay, that works. I think there are some parts of the process that feel more cheaty than others. I don't know. It's using the digital tools, but it's like, because it makes your work better so quickly, it feels strange to some people. I don't know. Alright, this definitely needs to be pushed in contrast. So I'm not gonna get that dark enough on my own at the moment. See, that's the kind of thing where I'm saying it's, like, you know, using a tool like that. That definitely helps. I think his arm should have been longer. I think it's probably too late to change that, but... No, actually... No, that actually didn't ruin me. Phenomenal. Alright, because we're in this giant, fiery hellscape, we're gonna add some Strawn gold rim light on everything. So I'm just sort of doing the same thing that we have on Fidget here. Just sort of adding a nice fiery gold everywhere. Not even sure if it's accurate at this point, but that's okay. Just trying to get some variant, something that looks a little more, pushes it a little bit, I guess. Words, what are they? It's fine, and I'll add a little bit more on Fidget here. And this is also gonna take a lot more of the intensity. I wanna be careful. That works, okay. Kinda wanna soften that up a little bit, especially on the edges. Yeah, just kind of getting the very bright effects here. I'm gonna push the background here more, make it feel a little bit hotter. There we go. Fidget is sort of falling into the background, so I'll try making the background a little bit darker as we go up in the atmosphere. Alright. Nice effect to always do in, fiery situations is just add a few little embers just sort of throughout the piece. We need to play the Jeopardy music for the last 3 minutes. Oh, jeez. Ah! I don't want to overdo it. I just want something that sort of feels a little bit more intense. I'd actually like to, if I can, really fast, I'd like to try and smooth this out just a little bit. Ah! Gosh. The thing that saved this piece was the rim lighting, 100%. The rim lighting is like a crutch almost, but that's why everyone uses it. That's why you see every professional use it too. You know? Alright, is that... blur. Motion, okay. Other direction. Thank you. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to forget the boot. I don't want to forget the boot. There's a tiny bit of highlight. I don't know. Alright, what else? This definitely is not done to the same level. What am I forgetting? I don't know where else to go in the time I have. Yeah, okay, that works, that works. Probably need a little bit. Tiny bit there. Tiny bit of blending. Alright. Oh, actually, I don't want that. I don't want that. Alright. Back there. I don't know where else to add any detail. Obviously, more is needed, but I don't know where to put it. Oh, that's what needs to be done. Tiny bit of edging on the sword, just so it is matching all the other highlights and such. And bit, where else? Nope. Don't want that. Maybe just a little bit, being able to see the rest of the hand. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Woo! Huh. Oh, I needed to change the color on, I needed to change this color, so that doesn't look right there. It's not, I would have just spent more time refining, basically. I would have, taken some more time to, like, calm down and refine the edges. Alright, I can save now. Class is done. This is an entirely different picture. Is this Dust Elysian Tale? It is, yeah. I had never, I've never drawn Dust before, but I got an idea because Vesa was showing me a comic character that kind of had a similar style, so that's sort of what I, had in mind. Please take care of your hand now, no carpal tunnel. Yeah, probably best to just do, like, I think it helps that the 1 hour limit keeps, like, is good for the duration of the streams, but doing 2 in that, extent probably isn't the best idea long term. But we're good. It's fine. It's all good. Saving is for whims. Yeah, backlit lighting, rim lighting, it's all kind of similar, you know? It's all kind of the same thing. Ay. Alright, so we've got Dust, and we've got, Legoshi. This feels so dull in comparison now. This feels so much more vibrant. It's definitely the color scheme that I'd prefer to lean towards, I think. Yeah, I wish I had added, more saturation to this, I suppose. Maybe. But I'm going to do my best to not touch these afterwards, and not touch these after stream or anything. Even though I really want to. Even though I would just keep refining if I could, but I'm gonna force myself to post these so that I can't go back on them. As much as I really want to, in the same way that I'm sure bakers really want to just add, like, the little bit of seasoning that they missed. Behave. Fine. The only thing I'll do is throw on a watermark, but I promise not to touch it further. After stream touch-up, I usually do in other cases, but I feel like if I did it now, it would defeat the purpose of the assignment, so I promise I won't. You can screenshot this and hold me to it if you want to. This was definitely a really interesting exercise, though. I think I learned a lot about it, and I really am kind of wondering if this is something other people would be interested in as a commission option, and I normally don't feel comfortable doing something like that because I'm nervous that the roughness makes it, like, not as... I don't know. I would love to do these, on commission at some point, but I get nervous when it's not 100% fully, completely smoothed out and refined, you know? I don't know. But it's definitely been an interesting exercise for sure. And if you haven't yet, consider joining the Discord, because I have a special role there for Ko-fi members and for Twitch subs, and they can give input into the next kind of thing that they want to see in terms of challenges and such. When you do the ref for me, I liked it enough to commission a refined version. That's always an option too. That's true, yeah. I guess I just, that's true. This would just probably be like another 4 hours of refining, honestly. That's pretty much what it is. Ay. Well, anyway, what day is today? Today is Tuesday. I'm probably going to be away for the rest of the week. I don't think we are going to have a Saturday stream. But next Tuesday, I am hoping that the holiday assets will have been done. If they are not done by next Tuesday, then we might do some color work on stream, because all the line art is finished. And it just needs the coloring work done. So we might do that on stream next Tuesday. And other than that, yeah, thank you so much everyone for coming and hanging out and checking out the chaos. I really appreciate it. And I wish you all a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, and I will see you next week. And I'll still be in the Discord, of course, but anyways, thank you so much, Stargazers. Have a lovely rest of your day.